Welcome to Paint the Chat podcast. Presented by Blockade Media. Now, here are your hosts, the big swinger, Mr. Robin Vogt, and fast on the bases, Mr. Sean Michaud.
He's a big spark plug.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Painting the Chat podcast. Episode 17 coming at you live here from New Hampshire. Of course, over there is my co-host, Mr. Sean Michaud. Sean, how is it going, my friend?
I'm doing great, and we have not a surprise, but brand new news for Robin.
This past week, I became a dad. Yes, I know.
Dad.
It's exciting times. Something I've always wanted
I'm
to
an
be.
uncle.
And Sean's an uncle. Look at that. See? All kinds of cool things
It's
happening.
not nothing about me, but it's about you. So
No, it's exciting times. We had a long my wife had a long pregnancy. I will say that. It was 4 hours of labor and just working through that, and a trip to the NICU for a couple of nights. There was a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that went down, and we're happy. We're home. We're safe. We're all loved.
happy, healthy family.
Yes, exactly. So we want to welcome, of course, little Kylie Elizabeth Vogt to the world. Very exciting time. Sean is a very happy uncle over there, I can tell.
I am pretty happy. I'm happy, yes.
So very, very excited to welcome little Kylie to the world. And I'm sure all of you will get to know her over the years, of course. I'm sure at some point on this podcast, she'll be doing some kind of shit talk session about her dad, a segment on the show or something.
Years from now.
That's right. So we want to say, and I want to say thank you to the entire, over on my Twitter account, the entire Mets fandom that was just sending good thoughts. We had somebody who actually bought a meal for us, which I thought was absolutely incredible.
Awesome.
It's amazing to see when the fandoms come together and you see baseball fans and just sports fans, reacting and finding a situation where they can be helpful and asking, what can we do to help out in the situation. So I want to say thank you.
Now the question is she going to be a Mets fan or is she going to be a Red Sox fan?
So this has been the rivalry throughout the conversation of Kylie Elizabeth coming into the world. Now, my father-in-law, when we went to Fenway, when we went to Fenway to see the Red Sox Mets series, he bought her Red Sox onesies. Now, I know Papa Vogt, Mark Vogt, my dad, very interested in getting our kiddo a Mets onesie. To be honest with you, I'm fine with either. I don't see a problem with either.
I don't mind either. I prefer
No,
Red Sox.
If she wants to be a Red Sox fan, that's fine with me. If she wants to be a Mets fan, that's fine with me.
If she doesn't want to be a sports fan, that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, she's gonna struggle. She's gonna struggle as a Pirates fan, that's for sure. Unfortunately, but I mean, nevertheless, she will have an equal opportunity to choose her team and to really get to know what it's like to be a Mets fan or a Red Sox fan. Hey, who knows? I mean, I'm at this point, she could be my good luck charm to the Mets winning a World Series this year. I don't know. But
that would be amazing.
It would be. On her birth year, the Mets win the World Series would be pretty cool.
That'd be a memorable World Series.
Yes, that is the facts. That is the facts for sure. So, Sean, thank you so much for allowing that space, number one, for me to talk about that. I really appreciate it. Let's get into the sports talk this evening. Let's start off with the scores from around the league. Sean and I breaking down everything happening in the league when it comes to basketball, baseball, everything. That's right. It is time for your score update.
What I love even more is pour it over box scores.
Mr. Sean Michaud. This evening, let's break it down. The Florida Panthers take on the Edmonton Oilers in the Stanley Cup Finals Game 5. It's a tied series, 2-2 for all you hockey fans out there. Lots of great scoring happening. It's a rematch of last year's Stanley Cup. I personally have been watching because the New York Rangers are not in it. Sean's not necessarily into hockey.
Not necessarily, but I guess I will go for either team. I guess I don't really care. I don't know the hockey game. I guess I'm going to pick the Edmonton Oilers tonight. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm going that way as well. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Edmonton all the way. Also, Sean, happening, here are our Major League Baseball score updates. Sean, currently going on, the Yankees are taking on the Red Sox at Fenway Park.
I was just checking the score. Oh, yeah, last night was amazing.
Last night was amazing, Sean. Garrett Crochet had a great outing until Aaron Judge, of course, in the ninth. Ties up the game.
Goes to the 10th, and then bottom of the 10th, walk it off by... I must have devered it up.
Carlos Narvaez. Yes. But talk about a guy who's really stepped it up for the Red Sox. I would say probably the best catcher in Major League Baseball right now, the way he's performing. Came from the Yankees, knows all the folks over there, showed up, did what he was supposed to do. The Red Sox are leading tonight.
Winning off against your former teammates, your former team, that's a win in my book.
I would agree with that.
It was a win, so
it was, and a much needed win for the Red Sox as well. Let's see if they get the win tonight as well. They are up 1-0 on the New York Yankees in the top of the fourth. That game over on Fox, not on NESN. For everybody who's wondering why the hell NESN isn't covering it yet again, National Broadcast takes the move on that one. Let's go through also in the bottom of the fourth on Fox. The San Diego Padres lead the Arizona Diamondbacks 1-0. Earlier in the day today, the Florida Marlins, wish they were. The Miami Marlins beat the Washington Nationals 4-3.
They deserve being called the Walgreens because they're terrible.
The Cincinnati Reds, Sean, beat the Detroit Tigers 11-1. What is going on in Cincinnati? My goodness.
Doing good.
They have good baseball happening in Cincinnati right now. Sean, unfortunately, your Pittsburgh Pirates fall to the Chicago Cubs today, 2-1. Chicago Cubs looking like the old Chicago Cubs when you're talking about Anthony Rizzo and, some of the powerhouses back in those mid-2010s. The Chicago Cubs are really performing high-ranking baseball right now. The Baltimore Orioles sneak a win today against Mike Trout and those Los Angeles of Anaheim Angels 6-5. The Philadelphia Phillies kind of slowed down the Blue Jays. They won 3-2 today. Hate seeing the Phils win. Really wish the Blue Jays got the win. That's A-OK. Sean, in Texas, the Pope couldn't make it happen for his Chicago White Sox. He got a pre-game speech out to the Chicago White Sox. They had it tied heading into extra innings tonight against those Texas Rangers. They lose it 5-4 in 11 innings. Sean, the divine powers couldn't even save the Chicago White Sox.
No.
Is there any hope? Is there any hope in the south side of Chicago right now?
No, everyone's going for the Cubs right now. Because of how bad the White Sox are.
Yeah. I mean, I think the divine power is moving Chicago, the White Sox, out of Chicago. I think at this point, that's probably going to have to be the move. Sean, the Tampa Bay Rays defeat my New York Mets 8-4. Tyler McGill looked like
doesn't help me. It doesn't
shit.
help you.
I know. He looked like absolute shit on the mound this evening. He kept walking batters. He kept giving runs. A lot of Mets fans are across social media right now saying, send this guy to Syracuse. Send this guy to Binghamton. We've got a pitching thing going on here. We got to figure it out because we're dropping games against these teams. Doesn't help out the Red Sox at all as well. with Tampa defeating us. We have officially lost this series. Tampa's taking those 2 games. I don't know how to feel about that. Also today, the Houston Astros beat the Minnesota Twins 3-2. The Sacramento Athletics, imagine that, beat the Kansas City Royals, a hot Royals team, 4-0. Those Athletics, I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on in the water in Sacramento. They are 28-44, right? But they are playing spoilers in games. That Kansas City Royals team is in the wild card hunt, and the Athletics just made that a little bit tougher for them when you look at those later series. Curious to see how that plays out. The St. Louis Cardinals beat the Milwaukee Brew Boys 8-5 today. The Atlanta Braves beat the Colorado Rockies. Are we surprised? 4-1. Tonight, we have the Seattle Mariners taking on those Cleveland Guardians at 9:40 p.m. in Seattle. And of course, Sean, one of the best rivalries in baseball, the San Francisco Giants taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers from LA. I'm definitely staying up for this one.
I'm going to watch that tonight. It's on MLB Network tonight if you guys watch it, but they're both tied with the same exact for the standings. So both 41-29. So that's going to be interesting.
So you're saying division rivalry bragging rights are on the line.
Well, Kershaw's pitching tonight, so.
Oh, you know what? Can I just say? Hold on. Cut the music. Hold on a second. Let me stop the music for a second, okay?
I was just saying Kershaw's pitching tonight. You didn't let me finish. And then I was gonna say Landon Rope is pitching for the Giants.
Clayton Kershaw with the Pride Los Angeles Dodgers hat, putting scriptures next to it on his hat, like anti-pride stuff.
Oh, he did?
Dude, yeah, it's been all over social media. So I stopped the music because
I did not know that. So
No, you're good. You're good. Clayton Kershaw cannot retire fast enough.
Well, I hope the Giants win because Rob has a better he has a better year than Kershaw. So, I mean, I like the Dodgers. Don't like Kershaw as much now after hearing about that.
No, it's not a good look. It's not a good look for, and the Dodgers haven't made a comment on it. We'll wait and see what happens. So hopefully the Giants in that case end up getting one. Sean, in the hot WNBA right now, I've been loving catching some of these games recently. It's been really good stuff.
I got a pick to do with a certain team and the head coach.
I know who you're talking about too. Was somebody supposed to make a challenge? Was somebody supposed to say, "Hey, by the way"?
We'll get to that.
We'll get into it. The LA Sparks are defeated by the Minnesota Lynx today, 101-78. Sean, the Seattle Storm take on the Golden State Valkyries tonight at 8:30. But the game of the day, the Indiana Fever defeat and bring the first loss to the New York Liberty. Sabrina and Caitlin going off in a 3-point show.
But you know, Caitlin and Paige are coming back from injuries and both played super well.
Incredible.
Caitlin Clark with how many 3-pointers? It was like 7.
7. She had 7. Yes.
And then Paige had 5 3-pointers. That's right. Caitlin had 35 points. Sorry, Paige had 35 points the other day. Not last night's game. The other night. Caitlin had 32 points today. What was I going to say? Just go ahead.
Okay. No. That is it for our updates. So if you have that stat, that's great. If not, Sean, what I can move us into while we are moving in that direction is, of course, tomorrow night is a big NBA Finals matchup here. Of course, Indiana Pacers, Oklahoma City Thunder. If I am correct, the Indiana Pacers are tied with the Oklahoma City Thunder 2-2 in this series. It's been back and forth.
Yeah, what did I say in the beginning before we're going to all the way to game 7?
It's a game 7 run. That's what it seems like to me, folks. That is the score updates this evening. Thank you so much for listening into that. But Sean, hey, let's do a PTC picks for tomorrow night's game. That's right, tomorrow evening. Indiana Pacers, Oklahoma City Thunder is tied 2-2. Sean, it seems like Tyrese is figuring it out, but SGA has been figuring it out as well.
Yeah. SGA is not I don't know. It's gonna be a tough matchup. They're playing in Oklahoma, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they're back. They're back in the Thunderdome, essentially.
Oh God, I don't know who. This is where I. This is like.
This is a tough pick, isn't it?
This is a tough pick. I would love the Pacers to win it all. Just because them beating the New York Knicks for us.
Right.
I like that team, but like both teams are not going away.
No, they're not.
Either Tyrese or SGA needs to play really well to go.
It's a tough one. I'm
going to choose the Pacers.
Ooh.
I'm looking on ESPN right now, and the matchup saying Oklahoma has a 60.9 over the Pacers.
Oh, the win probability?
Yeah. For the matchup, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if that's how I mean, I'm taking a look here as well. I mean, it seems like I'm just looking at that. I'm sorry, they don't play tomorrow. I'm so silly. They don't play tomorrow evening. They play on Monday.
Well, we're not going to do another podcast until next week.
That's right. That's why we're getting it out there. 8:30 p.m. on ABC.
I thought it was tomorrow too, but
that's fine.
I mean, it would make sense. Yeah.
Oklahoma City Thunder are 9.5 point favorites at home. That's quite a spread. 60.9 when matchup predictor percentage.
It's so insane looking at the team stats and seeing how close it is.
Yeah,
for this matchup. Like everything,
it really is.
Everything's by like 2 or 3 points per game for the Pacers. 117.4 to Oklahoma 120. Field goal percentage, Pacers has 48.8%, and then Oklahoma 48.2. So it's a very small margin. So they're both shooting well. Oklahoma's rebounding a little better. Pacers are assisting better, 29.2 to 26.9. Blocks are really close by only a 0.2 margin, 5.5 to 5.7. So,
wow.
Oklahoma says steals per game is a little bit better, 10.3 to 8.5. So, I know it's anyone's game. Like it's a real this matchup this year has been like really close. Like for an NBA. Sorry. So
yeah, Trevor Story just drove it in. Drove in Carlos Narvaez 2-0 Red Sox right now. Yep.
There we go. That's what I like to hear.
We love hearing that.
I heard fans screaming. That's what I like to hear.
You heard some happy Red Sox fans down there in Fenway, down in Boston on Yawkey Way. Yeah, I mean, you look at this matchup, I know they have Oklahoma 60.9 to 39.1 over Indiana, but then, Sean, you just read us the team stats. Like, in comparison, they're much closer than what the predictor is telling us. And I mean, if Indiana can pull a win here, they're going home. They're going to have a chance to win this series.
Pacers' defense has been so good. Like
Obi Toppin has been incredible.
Each game, they've been doing better and better defense.
Yeah, they've been great inside the paint. They've been allowing some distribution.
Especially that game 3, how they shut down Oklahoma because of their defense.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know in terms of I'm just even going through right now to see in terms of like Jalen Williams, recent stats these last couple of games. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, here's let's see, 20.8 postseason points overall. He's scoring. Chet Holmgren's at 15.9. Like, we haven't had a Jalen Williams show yet. Like, he hasn't really gone beyond, anywhere between 15 to 20 points a game
Same.
on average. And even for Shea to be out averaging 30.4, it doesn't seem right. Like, I feel like he should be averaging 35 to 40 at this point.
I'm just looking at the spread. The Indiana Pacers plus 9.5 and Oklahoma minus 9.5. It's
Yeah,
insane. It's like,
that's a lot of points.
yeah,
For a betting spread. That is quite a bit. I mean, even at the totals, I mean, you're talking an over or under of
yeah. I'm
223.5
looking
points together.
exactly right here. On yeah,
That's like 110 to 115 score this next game that they're predicting, and that's if everything's firing on all cylinders.
I wonder
I mean, you
what
look.
the wonder if we go to Game 7, what the point spreads are going to be.
I imagine they're gonna have to be pretty high.
Higher than that than it is now.
Yeah, I mean, Jalen Williams had 26 points in the last game. Shea just had 24. Interesting that that's another player that really hasn't gone off just yet, and Oklahoma really needs them to go off, is Luguentz Dort. They really need Dort to start going off and hitting threes. I mean, 12 points. He was 4 for 5 from 3-point field goals. That's where his mastery is. That should be in the 18 to 20 range for them to be successful. But again, you look at the way that um, the Indiana Pacers distribute the ball. I mean, you're looking at Nembhard. He only had 8 points, but he was distributing the ball. Pascal Siakam, 21 points last series, was distributing the ball well. The person that makes it happen for them, and I say this like Peyton Pritchard for the Celtics, who passes it around, makes the movement happen. TJ McConnell for the
Mm-hmm.
Indiana Pacers. He is a floor leader. I don't know what year he's on in the NBA, but he has been around quite a long time. Um, I want to say his first season, let's see. His first season in the NBA was 2015.
Also, can we say about
So
Chet
he's been in
Holmgren's
11 years.
rebounding? Last game was intense. 15 rebounds.
Yeah,
And
Chet's
I mean,
incredible.
he's an incredible rebounder. When the double because he had 14 points, which was
Yep.
good. Got one assist. Could have done a little better, but him being up there in for center is insane.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, a power forward, not a center.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, his success is key to the Thunder, ending, possibly winning this series. I'm not saying I'm choosing the Thunder because, Sean, I'm right there with you with PTC picks here. I want the Indiana
It could go
Pacers to
either
win.
way. It could
It
go
could
either
go either
way.
way, but I want to see the Indiana Pacers win this next game. I would like to see Oklahoma City put on their back heels heading back to Indiana too.
I think if the Pacers win Monday night, I feel like the Pacers gonna have a better momentum than the Oklahoma City.
Oh, you think Oklahoma's momentum is gone at that point?
Yes, that's
For
right.
not gone, but
Not
like
gone, but like less motivated. This is still motivated, but
I mean, you look at game 2, Oklahoma, they played they played extremely well at home. The Pacers only won by 1 point in the first game, and then the minute they got back to Indiana, the Thunder dropped the game 3 by 9 points. So in that case, you look at the momentum, like you're saying, if Indiana can pull one on the road, come back home, the Thunder have had a hard time at Gainbridge Fieldhouse distributing the ball, getting threes, playing sound defense. Chet's not on as much. Like I'm going to go back to that home game in Indiana, and you look at the box score, and you see the performances that evening. Again, Dort did great from threes, but they needed their guys off the bench to do better. Alex Caruso had 8 points and shot 2 for 5 in the fourth quarter. Like Alex Caruso is another guy that distributes the ball, shoots threes, and gets the ball back over to Shea. Hardenstein, where has he been this entire time for Oklahoma? He was a sound defensive player for Oklahoma throughout the entire year and scored 4 points in that game.
How many minutes? How many minutes did you play
in that game specifically?
You know,
let's take a look. So in
what
those games, 3 in Indiana. So he played a total of 18 minutes and only scored 4 points.
I feel like that should be a little higher. It should be at least 8 points in 18 minutes, not 4 points. That's not
4 points. Yeah, I mean, what's really just?
I mean, how was his assist or rebounding, or like did you
no
do
offensive rebounds, 3 defensive rebounds?
So he played shit. That's what he's saying. That's what we're saying. So.
And I mean, it's really disappointing. Again, I'm going to go back to Alex Caruso for them, another player who has to get like Alex Caruso is Oklahoma City Thunder's TJ McConnell. Like the experience that he has, what he brought to the Chicago Bulls when they had DeMar DeRozan and everybody distributing the ball there. Fantastic. I know I'm saying distributing the ball, but that has been key. There's been so many turnovers in these games that really is, you know, it's been ridiculous. Alex Caruso in game 3 played 32 minutes and only scored 8 points.
You shouldn't be doing that if you're.
So Oklahoma City's got to figure this out. If they can't get the win tomorrow night and they go back to Gainbridge, the history shows that they kind of fall flat on their face. So I think you're right. I think if Indiana can pick up the win on Monday night, momentum swings back into their favor.
Yeah, so we'll picking the Pacers. So
no, there was a long way of getting to a lot of stats. I love breaking down the stats, though. That's the best stuff. Because I mean, everybody has to understand, like in these NBA finals, I feel like even in these NBA playoffs, when we have chatted here on Painting the Chat podcast about stats and how players align and whatever else, it seems like we've been pretty accurate in our picks based on that. Like when you have when you understand that road differential to home, you can pretty much get a good idea of who's going to win that game.
Yeah, but our picks are usually bad, so
I'm just giving us some credit.
No, I know.
John, before we get into some baseball talk, I do want to talk a little bit about what's going on in the WNBA, because there was a clip that was surfacing around what is going on in Dallas with the Dallas Wings. Does their coach need to go? There's a lot of stuff.
The coach does not know what he's doing. He's not acting like a coach. He's acting like when he's confused. Like I've seen clips of him being confused and not like doing. I don't know what's going on with the locker room, and I know a lot of players. Like I could definitely see DJ's expression how she wanted that challenge. They should have challenged it. I know he was looking at the bench for see if we could challenge it, but the press conference was actually the first press conference without players and together with them. So something's going on. But people are not happy. Like a lot of Dallas Wings fans happy, and a lot of Paige Beckers fans, me, are not happy. Even though Paige played one of the best games so far of her WNBA career, 35 points that night. Still, she has no help. Like, I know it's a way UConn is, because Paige plays like how UConn plays, because everyone helps. She needs to be a little bit more selfish, and because that's not who she is. She needs to like start doing that too if you want to win. But like I don't think she's gonna do that, because that's not how she plays. That's how Gino tells. But this Dallas Wings team is embarrassing to watch,
and I feel really bad for Paige and some of the players there too. And now Lee was just traded there from Seattle, and it's like, what are you walking into?
Well, I know she like a couple weeks ago she wanted out of what team was she on?
She was on
Um,
Seattle Storm.
yeah, she wanted out of the Storm. Um, I, I guess I mean it's gonna be helpful. The Wings, we need someone to actually rebound the ball.
Yep, she's good at
It
that.
can't
Yep.
just be Paige and Enrique making these shots. I mean, DJ needs to play a little bit better. Just like I don't know, it's tough for these rookies that play in. Like Angel Reese is a Chicago's guy. Chicago's a terrible team. Same
Yeah.
thing. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see
Yeah.
how it goes. I don't think the head coach is going to make it till he's going to probably make it until uh, what do you call it, the All Star break and all that for them. And I hope he'll be gone. I, I hope someone's looking. Everyone's been screaming. I've seen on Twitter, on X, whatever. It's like saying, "Oh, they should have had Lisa Leslie be a head coach. That'd be a great. She knows the game. I mean, I know she doesn't. She doesn't have experience, but
Right.
at least better than this guy. Like he
Yeah.
feels like he even admitted that he's like he had no idea at the time that like with the call, he's like I should have challenged that call. Yes, you should have.
The entire bench was yelling at him.
Yeah, Dejanay, fouled out. And coming in the fourth quarter, she had 0 fouls to give. And I mean, Paige also, and then she I think she had 2 or 3 fouls, but I don't know.
Yeah. So
It's
Coach
hard being
Chris.
a Paige Fergus fan right now. And it's also hard
Yeah.
being a Kinetic Sun fan too, because they're doing terrible too.
So let me break down the head coach of the Dallas Wings here. Maybe it'll make a little bit more sense to our viewers and to you, Sean, if I just kind of break down his history.
Good.
Chris Cocklanes, by the way, what a name. Just throw that out there. So he began his career. This is via shout out Wikipedia. He began his basketball career as director of operations.
He's also buddy with the commissioner of the not the NBA, but the owner of the Dallas Wings.
Yes, indeed.
So that kind of run off. Like okay, it's like here, I'm your friend. I'm gonna do this. Like no, you got to go pick someone that actually knows how to coach a team.
So it's gonna make a lot of sense here.
Yeah.
So in 2016, Cocklanes joined the Connecticut Sun, working as video coordinator under head coach Kurt Miller, who is now the GM of the Dallas Wings. And then on December 23rd, 2024, Cocklanes was named the head coach of the Dallas Wings, once again reuniting with Miller, who had been named the general manager of the Wings in November of last year. Sean, it wasn't that right. It wasn't that this guy was qualified for the job. He was cheap. He was cheap. They were able to get him to come and head coach this team because he had not been successful in his defensive coordinator or his other assistant positions.
I think they're in their mind when it's like, oh, we're gonna get the number 1 draft pick, Paige Records. I think we could win. That's what their mind is. But instead of doing that, it's like they think they're gonna win because no, you just can't be just Paige Beckers going. You need a whole team to win. Look at the Liberty.
That's right.
Look at the Dream.
Las Vegas Aces.
Yeah, Aces, yeah.
Great example. Seattle's on the way.
Aces still won against the Wings without Asia.
What does that tell you?
It tells you how bad the Dallas Wings hit. The players are good. I'm saying. I'm not saying that. I'm just like the whole chemistry is as a basketball team that has not fit right yet.
Yeah, no, it's not working for them. It's not working for them right now, and I just don't know in terms of. I mean, you got Indiana Fever, the Indiana Fever. You got Caitlin Clark back. They make a big message against the New York Liberty, and then you have a bunch of other. The Valkyries are starting to figure it out a little bit as well, and they're a brand new team, right? So they're starting to figure it out, and a lot of these rookies coming from collegiate basketball. One of the conversations that I heard brought up, and it was actually involving football specifically. There's been a lot of holdouts happening. Um, Sanders, one of the defensive tackles, rookie tackles for the Cincinnati Bengals, is holding out on his rookie contract because there was a clause that was put in that basically said, like, yeah, you can sign a 1-year contract, but we're going to be able to do with it after your 1 year however we want to. Like, we can sign you back to a similar contract or whatever else. I think we're going to see this happening with the WNBA as well.
Mhm.
These athletes are so trained now by the NIL. Is it the NIL?
NIL, yeah.
And they, from being freshmen in college, coming right out of high school, they understand contract law. They understand money. They understand what it means to have a financial person. They have an agent coming out of high school who helps them make financial and business and pro career decisions that are best for them. You look at what's going on in the WNBA right now, and I look at Sanders, who's holding out of his contract in Cincinnati. Everybody's like, he's a rookie. He needs to sign that contract and get his ass in the locker room with the rest of his teammates. No, he's smart because he signed on to an NIL deal his sophomore year of college. He got the right agent, he got the right financial people, and he's not going to get shoved around and lose money over it. I look at somebody like Paige Beckers.
Yeah.
I look at some of these players on Dallas. Does Dallas understand that the NIL has taught all of them that, hey, just like Lee in Seattle, if I don't like it here, I can request a trade, and under WNBA rules, you have to trade me. You have to send me elsewhere. I don't think that's getting through Kurt Miller and Chris Cock, whatever his name is. I don't think that's getting through their skulls at all. Like, Paige next year could be like, you know what? I want nothing to do with this team. Trade me somewhere else.
I think she's waiting for AZ to come. I know they're really good relationship, but they're also really good teammates together. So I mean, of course, AZ playing another year in UConn, which I'm excited to see. AZ Sarah Strong, AZ Sarah Strong, KK Arnold, they're gonna be this is gonna be great. I think that's what's gonna happen. Like, she's gonna wait and see where AZ goes, and maybe request a trade to go with her. Because,
yeah, it's just not sustainable.
I mean, you see how they play well together. UConn. That's it. Like,
yes. And I think there are a lot of teammates that are entering the WNBA that are like, why wouldn't I pair up with them? Why wouldn't I have this opportunity? Paige is going to turn around and be like, hey, draft them. Bring them here to Dallas.
It's weird seeing Paige Beckers being the leader as a rookie for these Dallas Wings. Like, I mean, she always is the leader, but
we're seeing that more, which is Sabrina was that way when she entered the WNBA. Caitlin was that way when she entered the WNBA. Asia was that way when she entered the WNBA. They became leaders. But you're right. With Paige specifically, the way that she I don't want to say
she's so selfish. I mean, selfless.
She is selfless, yes. She absolutely is.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no. You're right about Paige specifically because you saw the way she was at UConn and the way that she not necessarily was a team leader, but she kind of held that responsibility with everybody else, right? That's kind of the Husky way. Is there's not one player that is like the standout leader for that team. Everybody is coached around their head coach, and they're the leader of the team.
Also,
and they
also it's just Gino Coacher because it's Gino. And
right.
You know, I wish they had a coach like Gino, like that, so headstrong, and makes decisions, but also have good relationship with the players. And it didn't seem like this with these Dallas Wings.
Yeah. And I think we're at that point too where the recognition of the WNBA is becoming more serious. You have players, I said this last week, you have players like Paige Beckers coming into the league and Caitlin Clark and everything else. And I'm going to backtrack on my statement. I thought with Caitlin Clark out that the WNBA would kind of take a hit. It didn't. I saw more clips and everything else after.
Yeah, is it Ryan Howard dropping 9 3-pointers and like
nuts.
all the WNBA is talking about, but all the other sports stuff doesn't talk about it. It's only Caitlin Clark.
Right, right, and I realize that now because I fell for that trap.
Yeah, I mean, did
And
you
I
see what
realize
LeBron?
now.
Did you see LeBron posted today? Oh, Caitlin's back. Anything else for the WA? Nope.
Nope. Nope. It's frustrating in that way. It really is. Because there is so much going on, and I think the WNBA is going to see success. But you look at the Dallas situation.
Just wait until Juju comes. I think Juju's a whole different story. I think.
Yeah.
Like I love Caitlin and I love Paige. I think Juju's a better player.
Yeah,
it's going to be insane to see her coming in.
Yeah, no, that's going to be exciting stuff, and I can't wait to see how that plays out because the WNBA is only getting more and more exciting, Sean, and
we'll definitely be going to a game soon and NBA game. But
that is the truth, Sean. Before we call it a wrap, of course, this evening, I know we have some other topic coming up down the road here as well. I want to get quickly into some MLB, some stuff happening across the league. Of course, it's the bottom of the fifth right now with Rafael Devers up. It's 2-0 Red Sox over the Yankees. I believe Rob Refschneider is over there at. Oh, I'm sorry. Carlos Narvaez is over on first right now.
Yeah, and Devers is up right now.
Devers is up right now. For your Boston Red Sox right now, I'm sorry, I had the record wrong. They are 30. I said 34 and 35. They are 35 and 36. They're one game
I was
below 500 right now.
You probably saw the other yesterday's because of the win. But
yeah, they've been performing pretty well. I think the call up of Roman Anthony, I think, was one of the best things for the Red Sox. Did they wait too long to do it?
Yes,
I think so. I think they waited a little bit long. He is a very special player. When you watch him walk up to bat, there is something very Ted Williams about him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't feel like a modern ball player. He looks like he would have been on like the 1948 Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, it does.
But there's something about Roman Anthony that I think the Red Sox have been missing.
It's going to be interesting once Alex Bregman comes back.
Right.
Like, is he gonna go back down, or we're gonna have someone go down? Like, we know someone's gonna go down once Alex Bregman comes back off that IL. So
you just look at Alex Bregman coming back, and then Roman Anthony. You look at how well Marcelo Meyer has been stepping into the role as well. The Red Sox aren't done with prospects either. Like there are a bunch of pitching prospects and other guys sitting there in Worcester who are waiting for their opportunity to come up and to make things happen. Romy Gonzalez is a great example of that. Romy was down in AAA for the longest time. They finally called him up last year. He was incredible.
Yeah, and finally, Trevor Story is actually doing something for the Red Sox in the past few weeks. Like actually doing good stuff, making great plays, getting a home run last week, I think.
Yeah, and Christian Campbell. Christian Campbell made a big move. I know. I just saw the score came in.
Let's go.
That was Romy Gonzalez double to center. Romy Gonzalez. We're just talking about him. He just doubled the center. Campbell scored.
This is what I like. A Saturday night, the day off. Red Sox are beating the Yankees. Let's get that sweep.
Yeah, so that's the thing, though. Is like. We're talking about the Carlos Narvaez, who's now up to bat. You're talking about Romy Gonzalez, Christian Campbell. If Trevor Story figures this out, like I had the Red Sox winning this division to start the year. I was way off on that. They're not going to end up winning the division this year.
Could they get wild card? Maybe. That's a huge maybe.
With Kansas City falling off right now, with Toronto finding slides here and there. And also with
Orioles not doing well, which is helping us.
Which is helping you guys. Like, I have to be honest here. The Red Sox, as long as they go into the All-Star break in the middle of July, above 500 by at least 5 or 6 games, you're talking about a wild card opportunity here for this squad.
Yeah.
No thanks to Alex Cora. Let me just make that clear. No thanks to Alex Cora. I know I've been shitting on Alex Cora this entire time. This isn't his direct effect. This is the young guys coming through. This is the young guys coming through.
Mhm.
This isn't him. I want to make that really clear to Red Sox fans. This
No.
is all on the players. This is all on the leadership of Alex Bregman not being on the field, but being in the dugout. And Jaron Duran. I mean, Duran's been playing incredible as well.
Yeah.
It's the leadership of the team that's carrying them.
Yeah.
And to be honest, Jason Varitek.
Yeah.
Varitek as well. Carlos Narvaez said some amazing things about Jason Varitek, about how he's basically like the mentor in the dugout. I think that kind of tells you right there who's helping to lead it.
Yeah, it's like you got to replace them. But
you were going to say something, though, yeah.
I now forgot.
That's okay. That's okay. It's looking good for the Sox tonight, though. I will say this much about my New York Mets specifically. We're 10 games above 500 right now.
Yeah. Don't sleep on those Rays, though. They're nasty.
Tampa is. I'm sorry, we're not. Hold on. Let me just get my stats straight here. I need to get my stats straight about my own team. The New York Mets are not 10 games above 500. We are exactly 19 games above 500 right now. Playing fantastic baseball. We are 27-9 at home. We have the best home record.
You guys are definitely going to the postseason, man. Like
100%. 100%.
Like,
but we gotta get our pitching figured out, because, and this always is a struggle, because in order to beat LA, in order to beat a Milwaukee, in order to beat a San Francisco, in order to beat, I'm going to be honest here, a team like the St. Louis Cardinals, who may end up snagging a wild card spot. And if the Phillies continue to perform, we're going to end up in the wild card spot. I know we're doing really well, but we still have the Phillies to worry about. It's concerning, because our pitching has gotten us into some tough situations in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I put out a huge tweet that talked about Jeff Passan from ESPN put out a big article about trade pieces and, pre-deadline conversations. And I mentioned to a lot of Mets fans, I said, hey, Chris Paddock of the Minnesota Twins, he's had an off year. He's 3-4. He has a 5.85 ERA. Historically, he's done incredible in the last couple of years. He's been in the double digits in the wins in the past. He just needs a little help. It's very similar to Griffin Canning of the LA Angels, who came to the Mets. Suddenly he's got a winning record, and his ERA is below 3. Like, he's doing absolutely incredible. We have a pitching workshop in New York, and it works really well. Everybody was on my back yelling at me because they're like, the Mets pitching is fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We've got Sean Manaea coming back. We got Frankie Montas coming back. I'm like, guys, they're still on the IL for the next 60 to 80 days.
Yeah.
Like, if we're going to start blowing leads like this and losing to Tampa Bay, we have to make a move. And I said, let's go get Chris Paddock. Let's go get somebody on a team who's trying to make the postseason, who needs some more young prospects in order to make that happen. Send Jet Williams there, send somebody else, and let's get some more pitching in there. Oh, you can't do that. We already have enough pitchers. Kodai Senga is out another 15 to 30 games now because of a play at first where he pulled his hamstring. A crazy, just out of the woods play. That's the New York Metropolitans for you. We hit bad luck stretches where dumb things happen and players get injured.
So Red Sox,
not
being injured, but just.
So to all my fellow Mets fans out there, this idea that we have everything we need right now in order to go win a World Series is just not true. Look at the Los Angeles Dodgers. What do they keep doing? They are on a clear path to a World Series. And they said, you know what? We're not fucking done yet. We're going to go get Edwin Diaz's brother in Cincinnati, who's been struggling. We're going to bring him in. We're going to go pick up some more free agents. We're going to bring them into our AAA system, and we're going to get them ready because they have postseason experience. The Dodgers are smart like that. They get it.
Yeah.
And I just say that to Mets fans. I'm like, guys, the Dodgers formula works. It has worked.
You should.
Why
You
aren't
should.
we doing the same thing?
Because you should guys be able to do that.
We have Steve Cohen, the richest owner in baseball, who just dropped a ridiculous amount of money for Juan Soto and said he would pay more and said he had millions of more willing in order to go and get him.
Mm-hmm.
So I love Uncle Steve. Don't get me wrong. I love Uncle Steve Cohen. He's done a wonderful job.
I wish I could say the same with John Henry.
Yeah, Red Sox fans.
I mean, we got Alex Bregman, but
that's it. But that's it. That's it.
Like, we have all that money. And all we got is Bregman.
So you offered Juan Soto. I mean,
you got Chapman too, but like, what?
You offered Juan Soto $500 something million. So to say that you don't have the money to go and get other players is bullshit, because you were about to try and go get Juan Soto for that amount of money.
Yeah, because I think Juan Soto wanted more, and then we didn't offer more. We should have offered more.
But obviously, there's $500 million just sitting there.
Juan Soto would be an insane on the Red Sox. Like,
you put him in the outfield with Jarren Duran? Absolutely.
That's a monster lineup with Devers, Juan Soto.
Yeah.
Grant.
Yeah. Bregman. You guys would be in first place. You'd have the Yankees record right now. Yeah. You'd be 47-23
yeah,
or something.
It would help us win these 1-1 games that go extra innings. We could have been up. We'd been up by like 6 or 7 above 500 if that would happen.
So you got to trust the process, though. You got to trust the process.
Do I?
Fuck the process, right?
Yeah, fuck the process.
No, it's frustrating, and I think we're hitting that time now, specifically in Major League Baseball, where the teams that we think are going to perform, like, if you were going to tell me that the Red Sox have a chance to sweep the Yankees here at Fenway, I think you're crazy based on how they've recently performed. Suddenly the bats are coming alive. The Red Sox sweeping the Yankees at Fenway. I would think that you were crazy, but their bats are coming alive. They're figuring it out.
We're at Fenway. We're not Yankee Stadium.
Right. But even at Yankee Stadium, you guys took 2 out of 3.
No, yeah, I know. It's like that comment of one of the Reds, I can't remember his name, of the Red Sox. It's like, we're not at Yankee Stadium. We're in Fenway. That was hilarious that he said that. I mean, it's true.
It's just, it's mind-boggling to me. I think a lot of fans. I mean, we got to pump the brakes, of course, before the trade deadline. I mean, Sharon, just an honest question to you. Do you see the Boston Red Sox making some trade deadline meals?
No.
Some meals. Yeah, you got to make some meals.
No, they're not going to make
no deals.
Or deals.
No meals or deals. Okay. You think they're just going to maintain this roster? You don't think they're going to go get some more pitching? You guys need some bullpen help. You can't keep having Bernardino come out and pitch those games.
I would love to get some bullpen, but are we going to do it? I don't know. I don't think so. It doesn't seem like it.
I just don't know how much more you guys can take. I just don't.
It's frustrating.
It's really frustrating.
It's frustrating watching these, like I said, extra inning games or these 1-1 games, and we lose them. Or either we go ahead runs or we lose our bullpen. It fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily it worked out for you yesterday, but there was just one game.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm just even looking at. I mean, you look at a team like the St. Louis Cardinals, who are built similar to the Boston Red Sox in terms of young talent, veteran experience. Nolan Arenado, kind of similar to an Alex Bregman type, playing first, Bregman at third. Mason Wynn at shortstop, very similar to David Hamilton, in a Romy Gonzalez situation there. You just look at those two teams. You look at the Cardinals, who again are 37-34, and are figuring it out with their rotation. They're winning really important games in their division.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at their roster, and then I look at the Red Sox, and I'm like, what What is going on in Boston other than injuries? I get it. Injuries happen. Things
Yes.
happen. But you look at a Mason Wynn who's batting 260. You look at an Alec Burleson of all players batting 299. The one that sticks out to me the most here, that I know a lot of folks have been keeping their eye on, in terms of, as a player, and as somebody that you have an autograph of now,
Oh yeah.
is Victor
He got a RBI today.
Victor's
I was watching a little bit of game today actually before the Red
Victor
Sox.
Scott the second. Victor Scott the second has been absolutely incredible for St. Louis so far. He's batting 245. He had 2 RBIs today in that win against Milwaukee. Um, you just see the development that's going on there, and you see how similar it is to Boston.
Mhm.
Managerial wise is the same. I think it comes down to the franchise. I think it comes down to ownership. St.
Or-
Louis has a long history of success, some failures at times, but they're not they're willing to change it up and try something new. It doesn't seem like the Red Sox are willing to change
No,
things around and
because
try something new.
they always Red Sox always like that. They always try to stick with the same formula, and it feels like it's been like that since Ortiz left.
That's a good mark there, that when Ortiz left, things changed. I think Alex Cora's days, I mean, they can continue to have success. I think they're definitely coming to an end.
Mhm.
I just don't see him being manager of the Sox after this year. Now,
No.
I thought it was going to come sooner, but after, I think it's going to be the end of this year.
Yeah, I mean, even though if we do make it to the postseason, I still don't see that happening for him. I mean, I do see that happening for him leaving.
Yeah. Some interesting stuff happening there, of course.
Got out. There we go.
There we go. Good stuff happening there. Of course, folks, we will get you, of course, back to that Red Sox Yankees game here. But Sean, any other final thoughts here as we're wrapping up almost an hour here on episode 17 of Painting the Chat podcast?
Coco Gauff won
Yes.
the U.S. Open. I mean, not U.S. Open, sorry, French Open.
French Open, yeah.
And I was going to go on with Sablanka and all that, but then I kind of my energy took off all on the Dell swing side. I really not going to talk about it. I just didn't like what Sablanka said about Coco and her after conference. So it's like, so yeah, my stance. I'm with Coco. So
yeah, I am right there with you. I saw there was a lot of media push in support of Coco after those comments were put out as well. She was on Sports Center. She was on a lot of talk shows. She was on a lot of sports podcasts, talking about that situation directly. And she took the high road. Let me just say, Coco is a professional through and through.
She's just like us. She's huge. She's huge, like into like anime and all that. And like comics.
She's nerd.
Like,
yeah, I love it.
She's such a nerd. I love it.
No, she's absolutely incredible, and it was great to see her win the French Open. Of course, it seems like this is 2025 is the year of Coco.
Yeah.
She's doing some amazing
stuff. It's been a
stuff.
decade since a U.S. woman won the French Open since Serena.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Yeah. What's the next big tennis matchup coming up down the road? It's summertime. Is it the U.S. Open?
No, it's Wimbledon, which is coming up in
Wimbledon
in a couple weeks. So, and then the U.S. Opens in, I believe it's August, September, I think.
Gotcha.
So
Wimbledon's huge. Wimbledon's big stuff. If Coco can do well there and pick up Wimbledon, I always watch Wimbledon every year. It's always really good.
Yeah, the 30th. So we got a couple weeks, more than a couple weeks.
Are you telling me, Sean, that we're going to do some Wimbledon coverage on here? Maybe.
I would love to. Yeah, we should.
Live from the grass court.
Yeah, I mean, and NBA is going to be done, and we'll be talking about WNBA baseball, and hockey's probably going to be done soon too. So what else are we going to talk about? Except like trades. So, all right, let's wrap this thing up.
Stay tuned
look
for
at that full hour. Let's wrap this thing up.
I love it. I love it. Make sure to tune in, of course, over on Fox. The Boston Red Sox up 3-0 on the Yankees. We will catch you over there, and of course, over on social media, doing all the live coverage, of course, leading up to the San Francisco Giants, Los Angeles Dodgers matchup later today as well. But Sean, it is the end of the podcast, but it's not the end of the podcast until we do a little thing that we like to call
plug time.
Plug time. Mr. Sean Michaud, where could the good people find you across social media?
On Twitter at Sean Michaud1 and Instagram at ItZoneZ.
You guys can follow me over on Twitter at X_RobinWVote, over on Instagram at IG_RobinWVote. Make sure to check out Painting the Chat podcast over on Twitter as well at Paint the Chat Pod, over on Instagram as well at that handle, Paint the Chat Pod. Make sure to go head on over to our T Public page. We got brand new designs up there for you to support the podcast, rock the podcast all days of the week. And please make sure to hit that subscribe button, smash it, hit the like button for all the latest updates. Turn on notifications so you know when we go live, and we've got all that brand new sports news happening along the way. Again, make sure to follow Sean and I on social media. We are live tweeting all the major sports events. We are sharing them through the Paint the Chat page. Who knows who's taking over admin controls at different times? We will find out along the way. But Mr. Sean Michaud, great chatting with you this evening here on episode 17. I'm going to see you soon, my friend.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Absolutely. For my co-host, Mr. Sean Michaud over there, this is Robin Vogt signing off. Enjoy your Saturday evening.
Until episode 18. See you next time.
See you next time, everybody. Peace out.